Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Today we will continue working out our English language um, in order to take the certification for the next week. We are only 9 days. We have only 9 days left in order to continue practicing to take the C1 exam from Busuu. I hope that you tag along. If you have any questions or any doubts, feel free to comment it in the chat. And remember, this is a work of more than one. So, although I'm working out here, remember that you are also part of the team and you can help me out, maybe answering or checking out the information that Busuu is proportioning to us. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about chapter 7, media and news. And we're going to see the report speech. Describe what other people say.
The decision to divorce my husband has been very difficult.
The decision to divorce my husband has been very difficult.
She admitted in an interview that the decision to divorce her husband had been very difficult.
She admitted in an interview that the decision to divorce her husband had been very difficult.
She admitted in an interview that the decision to divorce her husband had been very difficult.
This sentence is reporting the words of someone else. I think that's good. Direct speech or indirect speech. Direct speech is a person's original words, while indirect speech reports what someone has said. The decision to divorce my husband has been very difficult. That is direct speech. She admitted in an interview that the decision to divorce her husband had been very difficult. Indirect speech.
The decision to divorce my husband has been very difficult. She admitted in an interview that the decision to divorce her husband had been very difficult.
The forms, the verb forms are different in direct and indirect speech. I think that's false. Oh, that's true. Has been very difficult. Had been very, yeah, that's true. My bad. Look at more examples of direct and indirect speech. What pattern do you notice? I'm on the cover of the magazine. She announced that she was on the cover of the magazine. We're shooting a film. She said that they were shooting a film. I've broken up with my girlfriend. He said he had broken up with his girlfriend. I was only talking to him. We're not a couple. He said he had only been talking to him. Yes, the tenses, they change from one way to the other. For example, here they're in the present and here they're talking in the past. Here in the present continuous, here is in the past continuous. And so on. What pattern do you see? We move the verb forward one tense. I was, I am. We move the verb back one tense. I am, I was. We move all the verbs to past tense. I think it's this one. We move the verb back one tense. Reported speech. When we want to report somebody's original words, we change future and present forms to past forms and change past form to past perfect. Good. I will never star in a rom-com. In a rom-com. She said she would never star in a rom-com. I'm on the cover of the magazine. She announced that she was on the cover of the magazine. We're shooting a film. She said that they were shooting a film. I've broken up with my girlfriend. He said he had broken up with his girlfriend. I was only talking to him. We're not a couple. He said he had only been talking to him. The director personally chose the cast. They said the director had personally chosen the cast. Awesome. Look at the magazine cover. Choose the correct answer. She complained that even in Hollywood, women are getting paid. Were getting paid. She complained that even in Hollywood, women were getting paid less than men. Yes. Look at the magazine cover and complete the sentence with the correct form. I focused on becoming a better actress. She explained that she had focused on becoming a better actress. I think it's this one. Yes. She explained that she focused on becoming a better actress. Look at the magazine cover and complete the sentence with the correct form. I've moved in with Greg. He admitted he was moving in with Greg. He had moved in with Greg. Look at the magazine cover. Choose the correct answer. We won't return for the last season of American Idol. They promised they wouldn't return for the last season of American Idol. Watch out for exceptions. In some situations, we don't need to change the verb form when we use indirect speech. For example, when we report something immediately after it happens and it's still true. What did she just say? She said she's going home. When we report a general truth, the teacher said that wolves live in packs. After verbs and verbal phrases that don't have past forms such as might, would, should, had better, used to, could, and mustn't, the actor said he made audition for the role. The actress said Antarctica is covered with ice. Why is there no verb change in this indirect sentence? It's a general truth. The director said he feels disappointed with the Academy's decision. Why is there no verb change in this indirect sentence? It's reported immediately after he says it, and it's still true. Choose the verbs that don't change in indirect speech. You should, might. You should go, I might. You should go to the doctor. I might stop acting for a while. Must and mustn't. While mustn't doesn't change its form, must can change to had to when we talk about obligation. She said I must believe in myself more. She said she had to must believe in herself more. She said I mustn't worry about my career. She said she mustn't worry about her career. They said they must try harder. They said they had to try harder. Oh, both sentences are correct.
You and your family have faced years of severe criticism. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm trying to focus on the positive. I work hard at running my own business and shouldn't be bothered by nasty comments. I work hard at running my own business and shouldn't be bothered by nasty comments.
Fan said she was trying to focus on the positive and that she shouldn't be bothered by nasty comments.
Your recent divorce and your ex-husband's abusive behavior towards you got a lot of media attention. What did this experience teach you?
First, I wanted to be private about the divorce, but then things changed, and I realized I was falling victim to post-separation abuse. I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. First, I wanted to be private about the divorce, but then things changed, and I realized I was falling victim to post-separation abuse. I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late.
She said she had wanted to keep the divorce private, but then she had decided to speak out.
I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. Visibility to the issue before. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late.
We better bring visibility to the issue.
What are you going to be focusing on now?
I'm going to take some time off from reality shows and TV appearances. I'll continue working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the next from reality shows and TV appearances. I'll continue working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the
She said she was going to take some time off and she will continue working on her beauty products.
I'll continue working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the next months.
With mine,
Working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the next months.
The decision to divorce my husband has been very difficult. She admitted in an interview that the decision to divorce her husband had been very difficult.
I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. I'll continue working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the next months.
alrighty. Let's see. Reporting verbs. Learn alternatives to the verb to say.
To apologize.
To apologize. The center director apologized that he called the actors incompetent.
To admit.
To admit.
The actress admitted that she had been paying bribes to get her daughters into elite schools.
The actress admitted that she had been paying bribes to get her daughters into elite schools. Elite.
Admit. The actress admitted that she had been paying bribes to get her daughters into elite schools.
Into elite schools. Okay. The actress admitted that she had been paying bribes to get her daughters into elite schools. Complete the sentence with the verb that means to say sorry. The center director admitted, apologized, that he called the actress incompetent. Yeah.
To deny.
To deny.
The TV presenter denied that she hadn't treated her employees kindly.
The TV presenter denied that she hadn't treated her employees kindly. To apologize, to say sorry. To admit, to say something is true. To deny, to say that something is not true.
To complain.
To complain.
The singer complained that she had no control over her music.
The singer complained that she had no control over her music. Complete the sentence so that it means that the singer is not happy and thinks that it's wrong. Complain. The singer complained that she had no control over her music. I should have never lied about the photo. Which sentence best describes the happening? Prince Thomas said, I should have never lied about the photo. The prince apologized that he had lied about the photo.
To insist.
To insist.
The two insisted that they weren't dating.
The two insisted that they weren't dating.
To
Dating.
promise.
To promise.
She promised she would delete her Twitter account.
She promised she would delete her Twitter account. Complete the sentence with the verb that means to repeat many times. The two insisted that they weren't dating. That they weren't dating. To say that you will do something. To promise. To say that something is wrong. To complain. To say sorry. To apologize. Before you read, check the vocabulary below that you may need to better understand the text on the next screen. To be under the influence, to be affected by alcohol, to pit someone against someone, to cause a conflict between people, to stoop so low, to do something unethical, to vent your frustration, to do something to show your frustration. Exclusive interview with Bill Big. It was a stupid and impulsive decision. It was a stupid and impulsive decision. Bill Pitt talks to Glossy for the first time since the incident. It's your first interview since the incident. There have been a lot of speculations about what happened. Some say you were under the influence, and others blame your wife, suggesting she pitted you against Kristen Stone that night. My wife had nothing to do with it. It was my stupid and impulsive decision. What I did that night was unacceptable and inexcusable. I'm deeply sorry that I vented my frustration through violence. I'm ashamed that my colleagues and my fans saw me stoop so low. Did you speak to Christian Stone after the incident? It took me some time before I picked up the phone and called him, but eventually I did. He was great about the whole situation and even said that his face had already healed. Do you see yourself acting again? I've said over and over again that I don't want to stop acting, but some important directors are public about not wanting to work with me, and I understand it. What was the incident? He hit somebody in the face. Which verb best describes what Billy's saying? My wife had nothing to do with it. To complain. Oh no, to deny. My bad. Put the words in order. He denied his wife had. He denied that his wife had been involved. Hey. Yeah.
He admitted it had been a stupid and impulsive decision.
He admitted it had been stupid and impulsive decision. It had been stupid and impulsive decision.
He admitted it had been a stupid and impulsive decision.
It had been stupid and impulsive decision. He admitted it had been stupid and impulsive decision. Which verb best describes what Billy's saying? I'm deeply sorry that I vented my frustration through violence. He apologized. Complete the sentence with the verb that means to say sorry. He apologized that he had vented his frustration through violence. Some suggested he had been under the influence. Match the pairs. Took me some time before I picked up the phone and called him. Let's see, some directors are probably about not wanting to work with me. Oh. There's some anonymous. Oh. I said over and over again that I don't want to stop acting. Insist. It took me some time before I picked up the phone and called him. Which verb best describes what Billy's saying? My wife had nothing to do with it. To deny. Alrighty, let's continue. Reading news reports. Read some news, including material from The Economist. Thorny case. Fruit sabotage in Australia. This is the title of an article about a particular fruit that was contaminated, made unhealthy to eat, in Australia in 2018. Which fruit do you think was contaminated? Let's read the first sentence of the article to see if your guess was correct. Read the first sentence of the article. Were your guesses about this news story correctly? Thorny case. Fruit sabotage in Australia. The Economist. Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when when needless inexplicably started with needles, my bad. Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when needles inexplicably started appearing inside strawberries this September. Needles, when needles inexplicably started appearing. Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when needles inexplicably started appearing inside strawberries this September. Complete the sentence. This article is about strawberries being contaminated in Australian farms.
Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when needles inexplicably started appearing inside strawberries.
Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when needles inexplicably started appearing inside strawberries. Farmers lost a lot of money as a result of the contamination. That is true. It was inexplicable. The title of this article is a pun, a play on words with a double meaning. A thorny case describes a problem of difficult situation, much like the one in this story. However, this phrase also has a literal meaning based on the context of this article. Thorny relates to sharpness, in this case the needles. In case can mean in container, like the punnets boxes of strawberries. So the news title refers to both a difficult situation and a box of sharp objects. Here are some words that appear in the article. Thorny, causing a problem or difficult, also sharp. To contaminate or to spike something. To make something unsafe to eat. To sabotage, to destroy or damage something. A needle, a pointy object with a sharp end. Inexplicably, without the reason or explanation. A hoax, a lie, a trick, or a fake claim. A copycat, a person who imitates someone's behavior or image. Match the words from the title and text with their meaning. Thorny, causing a problem or difficulty. Needle, a pointy object with a sharp end. Now read the full article to find more information about why this occurred and what happened next. Thorny case. Fraud sabotage in Australia. The Economist. Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when needles inexplicably started appearing inside strawberries this September. The first case was recorded in Queensland when an unfortunate shopper found a surprise inside his snack. Within days, copycats had contaminated punnets across the country, prompting supermarkets to pull strawberries and sewing needles from their shelves. Police received a total of 186 reports of spiked fruit, although the few turned out to be hoaxes. Today, the first person to be charged for those crimes appeared at a court in Brisbane. 50-year-old Mai Atrin was a supervisor at one of the affected farms and waged a pointed campaign motivated by spite or revenge, the Crown elites. The offense would normally carry a 3-year sentence, but the furor prompted the passage of a more punitive law on food tampering. If she is found guilty, Ms. String could spend a decade behind bars. Right. Motivated by spite or revenge, the Crown alleges.
Alleges.
Allege.
Allege.
The Crown alleges. 50-year-old Mi Otrin was a supervisor at one of the affected farms and waged a pointed campaign motivated by spite and revenge, the Crown alleges. Complete the sentence with the name of the sharp object found inside the fruit. Shoppers found sewing needles inside the strawberries they had bought. In Queensland, an unfortunate customer discovered the strawberries he bought contaminated needles. In Queensland, An unfortunate customer discovered the strawberries he bought contained needles.
Within days, copycats had contaminated punnets across the country.
Within days, copycats had contaminated punnets across the country. Punnets.
Within days, copycats had contaminated punnets across the country.
Punnets. Within days, copycats had contaminated punnets across the country. A copycat imitates someone's behavior or image. That's true. Punnets. Punnets. Punnet.
Punnet.
Punnet. Select the word that means make something unsafe to eat. Contaminated.
A hoax.
A hoax.
He pretended his horse was a unicorn. The whole story was a hoax.
He pretended his horse was a unicorn. The whole story was a hoax. A hoax.
Police received a total of 186 reports of spiked fruit, although a few turned out to be hoaxes.
Police received a total of 186 reports of spiked fruit, although the few turned out to be hoaxes. That's false. Only fruit.
To pull stock from the shelves.
To pull stock from the shelves. Supermarkets pull strawberries and needles from the shelves. Which statement is true about the action taken by supermarkets? They remove all strawberries and sewing needles from the stores. The sellouts of strawberries and sewing needles. They reduce the price of the strawberries and sewing needles. They remove all strawberries and sewing needles from the stores. Complete the sentence with a phrase that means boxes or containers for fruit. Miss Strange was charged with contaminating punnets of the strawberries. Select the statement that best summarizes the article. Police received over 100 reports of unsafe fruit, though many of them were fake. A farm supervisor was charged for starting a crime wave of inserting needles into strawberries. A supermarket shopper tells his story about how he found needles in his box of strawberries. I think a farm supervisor was charged for starting a crime wave of inserting needles into strawberries. Let's go deeper into the text. Newspaper editors use figures of speech, words that mean something different from the literal definition, that give the reader a stronger description, such as a tourniquet, a difficult situation, a pull stock from the shelf, to stop selling something, or to wage a campaign, to start an activity or protest, to wage, to what?
Wage.
To wage a campaign. To start an activity or protest. They also use synonyms. Synonyms.
Synonym.
Synonym. They also use synonyms.
Synonyms.
They also use synonyms, words the same or similar meaning, to avoid repetition like this below. They also use synonyms to avoid repetition like this below. Farmers, fruit growers, to contaminate, to spike or to tamper. Prison sentence, to be behind bars. A punitive law, a stricter punishment. Public anger, a furor. A crime, an offense or offense in the U.S.
To wage a campaign.
To wage a campaign.
We are waging a campaign against the company for better pay.
We are waging a campaign against the company for better pay. Have a look at the text again to remind yourself of the story. Notice the phrases we focused on before. Tourniquets, fruit sabotage in Australia. Fruit growers lost millions of dollars when needles inexplicably started appearing inside strawberries this September. The first case was recorded in Queensland when an unfortunate shopper found a surprise inside his snack. Within days, copycats had contaminated panels across the country, prompting supermarkets to pull strawberries and sewing needles from their shelves. Police received a total of 186 reports of spiked fruit, although the few turned out to be hoaxes. Today, the first person to be charged for those crimes appeared at a court in Brisbane. 50-year-old Mia Trin was a supervisor at one of the affected farms and waged a pointed campaign motivated by spite or revenge, the Crown alleges. The offense will normally carry a 3-year sentence, but the furor prompted the passage of a more punitive law on food tamper. If she is found guilty, Ms. Tring will spend a decade behind bars. A decade behind bars. Choose a synonym in each sentence that refers to strawberries. Choose a synonym in each sentence that refers to strawberries. Police know fruit that was contaminated. He found a surprise inside his snack. Choose 3 phrases from the article that mean to modify food and make it unsafe. Food, contaminated, burning, spike. Food tampering, contaminated panels, spiked fruit.
The offense would normally carry a 3-year sentence.
The offense will normally carry a 3-year sentence. 3-year sentence. 3-year sentence.
The offense would normally carry a 3-year sentence.
The offense will normally carry a 3-year sentence. Match the phrases related to law to their synonyms. A 10-year prison sentence. A decade behind bars. A more punitive law. A stricter punishment. A criminal offense. An illegal act. The Crown is a figure of speech. 50-year-old Mi-Eun Trin was a supervisor at one of the affected farms and waged a pointed campaign motivated by spite or revenge, the Crown alleges. The Crown is a term we use to refer to the functions of government, specifically in constitutional monarchies like the UK or Commonwealth countries like Australia that are theoretically still ruled by a king or king, by a queen or king. So when we read the Crown, we understand it to mean the state. Okay.
The offense was motivated by spite or revenge, the Crown alleges.
The offense was motivated by spite or revenge, the Crown alleges. What does the Crown refer to? The government or state?
The offense would normally carry a 3-year sentence. Miss Trin could spend a decade behind bars. The offense would normally carry a 3-year sentence.
The offense will normally carry a 3-year sentence.
Miss Trin could spend a decade behind bars.
Miss Trin could spend a decade behind bars. Miss Trin could spend a decade behind bars. Miss Trin might be sentenced to 3 years in prison. False. A decade means 10 years behind bars, refers to being in prison. Complete the sentence with a word from the article that means public anger. I think I saw this here. The furor. The furor prompted the passage of a more punitive law. Revenge. Hurt someone out of anger and resentment. Oh no. Hurt someone in return for something they did. Spite. Hurt someone out of anger or resentment. Allege. Accuse someone of illegal activity. Doing it a more punitive law against severe rulings such as prison We need a more punitive law against cyberbullying, such as prison sentence. Choose a suitable synonym for contaminate to complete the sentence. Words when warned not to tamper with the dishes when serving them. Tamper with means to contaminate. Allege means to accuse someone of doing something wrong. Punitive sentence. Alright. We are completing the Chinese today, but I will continue some more. But I'm gonna take a little break and be back like in a few minutes. Alright guys, I'm back. Reporting style. Focus on features of reports. Read the news story. Are you surprised by what happened to Miss Trinh? Charges drop in strawberry needle case. It has been reported that the food contamination case against Mi Trinh was dropped after 3 years. The 53-year-old was informed that the trial would no longer go ahead. At the time, it was alleged that she had inserted needles in the strawberries grown on the farm she supervised. The prosecution have indicated they will no longer go ahead with the charges against you, the Crown informed Ms. Strange. It is said that Ms. Strange was pleased with the outcome. As her lawyer stated, she thanks everyone who believes in her innocence. In September 2018, 230 police reports were filed of needle contamination, prompting supermarkets to pull their supply of strawberries from their shelves. According to the article, what happened to Ms. String? She was not charged for any crimes. What was Ms. String's reaction to the prosecution's decision? She was happy and grateful for the support.
The prosecution.
The prosecution. The prosecution.
The prosecution dropped the case against her.
Prosecution. The prosecution dropped the case against her. Prosecution. Which part of the article does not tell you what Ms. String's case was dropped? The last paragraph.
It was stated that Miss Trin was pleased that the case was dropped. It was stated that Miss Trin was pleased that the case was dropped.
Was pleased. It was stated that Miss Trin was pleased that the case was dropped.
It was claimed that 230 police reports of fruit tampering were filed in 2018.
Police reports. It was claimed that 230 police reports of fruit tampering were filed in 2018.
It was 2018.
2018. Match the quotation to the speaker. Ms. String's lawyer. The prosecution has indicated they will no longer go ahead with the charges against you. Oh. She thanks everyone who believes in her innocence. The Crown, the prosecution has indicated they will no longer go ahead with the charges against you. Look at the image and choose the head. Evening news. Charge drop in strawberry needle case. That is the head. Choose the information in the correct order as they appear in the text. The case was dropped. Features of the news article. We've looked at the key features of a news article and their English names. In the next part of this lesson, we are going to take a closer look at the style of writing reports and the types of sentences we use. Here's a reminder of the features and what they mean. A headline, the large title of the news article, usually not written in complete sentence. A subtitle, the first sentence of a news article that tells the main story. A paragraph, a group of sentences that relate to a topic. A quotation, a statement of what a person said, using quotation marks to show this. Match the types of text to the correct writing here. Report writing. News articles, business journals. Creative writing, poems, novels, movie scripts.
It is claimed that Robert stole $2 million worth of diamonds.
It is claimed that Robert stole $2 million worth of diamonds. It is claimed that Robert stole $2 million worth of diamonds. You expect to read this sentence in a news article. True.
I was sitting silently in our cold, dimly lit living room, staring intently at my cup of boiling hot, freshly brewed coffee.
I was sitting silently in our cold, dimly lit living room, staring intently at staring intently
Lit living room,
staring intently at my cup of boiling hot, fresh, freshly brewed coffee. I was sitting silently in our cold, dimly lit living room, staring intently at my cup of boiling hot, freshly brewed coffee. You expect to read the sentence in a news article. That is false. I could feel the warm glow from the sun on my tired, weathered face. This is an example of creative writing that is personal and use descriptive adjectives. Dr. Belushi was said to have lost 40% of his patients during his residency or residency. Oh my god. I don't know.
Residency.
Residency. Dr. Belushi was said to have lost 40% of his patients during his residency. This reporting sentence is objective and uses statistics. The passive with it for reporting verbs. If you want to use a reporting verb, said, claimed, reported, in the passive voice, we can start with the word it and use this structure. It plus to be plus reporting verb plus that plus sentence. Have a look at the examples below. It is said that a lack of protein can lead to hair loss. It was claimed that the divorce settlement exceeded 10 million. It has been reported that 80% of students miss online learning. Read the text again. Notice the passive voice phrases involved. Charges dropped in strawberry needle case. It has been reported that the food contamination case against Busuu was dropped after 3 years. The 53-year-old was informed that the trial would no longer go ahead. At the time, it was alleged that she had inserted needles into strawberries grown in the farm she supervised. The prosecution have indicated they would no longer go ahead with the charges against you, the Crown informed Ms. Tring. It is said that Ms. Tring was pleased with the outcome. As her lawyer stated, she thanks everyone who believed in her innocence. In September 2018, 230 police reports were filed of needle contamination, prompting supermarkets to pull their supply of strawberries from the shelves.
In September 2018, 230 police reports were filed of needle contamination, prompting supermarkets to pull their supply of strawberries from their shelves.
Her lawyer stated she thanks everyone who believed in her innocence.
We know who stated this. Yes, her lawyer.
It has been reported that the food contamination case against Mai U Trin was dropped after 3 years.
Mai U Trin.
Was dropped after 3 years. This against Mai U Trin was dropped after 3 years.
Was dropped after 3 years. No, we don't know who reported. It has been reported.
It is estimated that fruit farmers had lost around $160 million.
It is estimated that fruit farmers have lost around $160 million. Why do we use the passive voice in reporting writing? It's used to make our writing less formal more formal. It's used to make our writing more formal and to avoid mentioning the speaker. My bad. Which sentence from the text is written in the passive voice? She was informed that the trial would not proceed. Have a look at the text. Which reporting verbs were used? Allege. Inform. Put this passive sentence in the correct order. It was claimed that the divorce settlement exceeded 10 million. Put this passive sentence in the correct order. It has been reported that the students prefer online learning. Choose a reporting verb to complete the sentence. It has been confirmed that Ms. Trin will no longer be charged. Choose a reporting verb to complete the sentence. It has been said that demand for direct flights has increased.
It was said that James had been fired.
It was said that James had been fired.
It is estimated that there will be a 50% drop in sales.
It is estimated that there will be a 50% drop in sales. It's useful to make our writing more formal and to avoid mentioning the speaker. Awesome. Developing fluency. Report notes in writing.
Mr. Tom, you've heard of the hit comedy Sweet Con, a hoax comedy where a fake couple trick casinos across Macau into giving them free hotel rooms. Would you say your city's become famous?
Oh yes, we are very excited that our city's gone mainstream. The success of SweetCon has led to a tourism boost.
What has been the impact on tourism?
All rooms in 3 of our top hotels are fully booked for the next 24 months. Also, some airlines are opening direct flights to Macau for the very first time.
Where will people be able to fly from?
Hopefully, the new flights from New York, Dubai, and Paris will go ahead as planned. Right now, you can only fly direct from 8 countries, so it's crazy what one film can do for a city.
Macau is also known as the Vegas of the East, but are tourists just interested in the casinos?
Oh no, Macau is more than that. Not only did they show all the gentrified areas like the Macau Tower, but some scenes take place at Portuguese colonial landmarks, like the ruins of St. Paul's Church, where Jennifer tries a pastel de nata.
Finally, do you think this film will attract copycat criminals trying to get free rooms in your hotels?
That would be frightening.
Which sentence best summarizes the interview with Mr. Tang? Tourism boosts in Macau thanks to comedy hit Sucon. Yes. Which quote from Mr. Tang describes how the film benefited Macau's tourism? All rooms in our top hotels are fully booked.
Hopefully, the new flights from New York, Dubai, and Paris will go ahead as planned.
There are direct flights to Macau from places like Paris and New York. That is true. Oh, no.
Not only did they show the Macau Tower, but also the ruins of St. Paul's Church.
Film shows both the modern and historic side of Macau. True. Don't quote me on that, she said. When we want to state exactly what someone said, most use quotation marks like this. We can include the reporting phrase, a person's name, plus a reporting verb, either before or after the sentence. Have a look at the examples below to see how we write quotations. Notice the comma that separates the reporting phrase from the sentence. Mr. Tang responded, "That would be frightening. The vice president is resigning," her publicist was Hassan Amos.
The cameras show Arthur had been asleep while driving, police reported.
The cameras show Arthur had been asleep while driving, police reported.
Mr. Tang stated, all rooms in our top hotels are fully booked.
Mr. Tang stated, all rooms in our top hotels are fully booked. This is the correct way to write the quotation from Mr. Tang. That is false.
Currently, there are only 8 countries with direct flights to Macau.
8. What the heck? Eight. Currently, there are only 8 countries with direct flights to Macau. Here's a reminder. To write the reporting statement using the passive voice with it, we use this structure. It plus be plus past participle reporting verb plus that plus statement. Jog your memory with the examples below, then let's practice writing in the past. It is said that a lack of protein can lead to hair loss. It was claimed that the divorce settlement exceeded 10 million. It has been reported that 80% of students miss online learning. Complete the sentence using the passive with it. It was confirmed that there will be new flights from Paris, Dubai, and New York. Complete the sentence using the past participle be and suggest. It has been suggested that the film's success led to a demand in hotel bookings. Complete the sentence using the passive with it. It was claimed that the man had stolen his girlfriend's money while she was asleep. Read the final draft of the article. Can you think of a good headline for it? Macau's popularity is on the rise after the release of Sitcom, a hoax comedy about a couple stealing free hotel rooms across the city. It has been suggested that the film's success has led to a demand in holiday bookings. Minister of Tourism Henry Tang reported, all rooms in our top hotels are fully booked for the next 24 months. It was also confirmed that flights to Macau will open from Paris, Dubai, and New York. Right now, you can only fly direct from 8 countries, Mr. Tang said. Mr. Tang added, my bad. Which headline best suits the Macau news story? Macau tourism boosts thanks to hit comedy. It's the same headline. Complete the conversation exercise and get feedback from our community. Write a short news report based on the data you noted in the previous slide. Try to complete this exercise as a writing task if possible. Alrighty.
Hopefully, the new flights from New York, Dubai, and Paris. Currently, there are only 8 countries with direct flights to Macau.
eight, eight, eight countries with direct flights. Listening to the description of heroes. Learn about heroes in Star Wars. Some new words. The video has some movie-specific vocabulary, words that are common when discussing the world of film. Here are some definitions before we watch. An editor, someone who decides the final content of a movie, book, or magazine. Montage, the technique of creating a scene from pictures, text, or music. A pan, a movement of the camera across horizontal or vertical scene. Process, horizontal or vertical scene. A layout, the way a scene is arranged. ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, Lucasfilm's special effects and animation studios. Relatable, you feel an emotional connection with a relatable character.
Hey, this is Ryan Johnson. I wrote and directed Star Wars The Last Jedi. So this is the Battle of Crate, which is the big battle at the end of the movie. And here we wanted to make these craft that they're in, these ski speeders, as rickety as possible. Everything from the sound design to the way ILM animated them, you can just see everything is wobbling on these things. Even having the open canopy, so our heroes feel very exposed. And you just wanted to feel like this is David versus Goliath. Even them falling apart, this little gag here, just feeling like, what are they doing? They're in basically rolling lawnmowers going up against these massive tanks. Bob Ducey, our editor, cut together this little Star Wars-y montage, which I love so much. It just feels like our brave heroes going into battle. And then I love this moment with Kelly. It's so relatable. It's a big heroic moment, but you see she's scared, and then you see that she takes some strength and goes into battle. So this is all about geography, this big pan here, establishing very clearly the two lines of battle and establishing the door right there. That's the objective. And that's why we do these camera moves that are very wide-angle lenses and very clearly show you the layout of everything, so that when we get into the battle here, when the fighters come and you see, once again, our heroes don't have a chance. It's like hawks versus mice. We can just go nuts and get into the fun of the red and the white. The red and white landscape, originally it was something I came up with because, in a PG-13 Star Wars movie, you can't really show the violence of a battle. You can't show blood. And the idea of the landscape expressing that violence in a very bold, graphic way was something I thought could be interesting.
Select the correct statement about the video you just watched. The director focuses on each character individually. The director focuses on the way they filmed this battle scene. The director focuses on how they avoided violence in this movie. I think it's this one.
You can just see everything is wobbling on these things.
The director describes the movie scene using a past tense. You can just see everything is wobbling with him. That's false. Do you remember? We describe scenes and events from films in the present tense, as if what we are describing is happening right now. We do this to make the story seem more engaging or dramatic. In the video, the director is commenting on the scene that we are watching with him. Perhaps you noticed that he said things like "you see" and "our heroes" to include us in the action. You can just see everything is wobbling on these things. They are going up against these massive things. You see she's scared. You see once again our heroes don't have a chance. Complete the sentence to make a scene from a film sound engaging and dramatic. They are going up against these massive things.
You can just see everything is wobbling on these things.
Everything is.
You can just see everything is wobbling on these things.
Everything is wobbling. My bad. Complete the sentence to make a scene from a film sound engaging and dramatic. You see once again our heroes don't have a chance. So this is the Battle of Crate. Unlike the more formal film reviews you wrote in a recent lesson, the director's oral description of the battle scene contains many features of informal spoken English which often don't add meaning to the sentence. We heard the examples below in the video. So, often used to signal the start of a story or explanation. So, this is the Battle of Crate. Just, used for emphasis with a similar meaning to simply. It just feels like our brave heroes going to battle. You know, sometimes used like when thinking about what to say next. Because, you know, in a PG-13 Star Wars movie, you can basically use just before an explanation, even if it's not basic. They are in basically rolling low manners.
So this is all about geography, this big pan here.
So adds meaning to the sentence. That's false. Complete the sentence with a word that signals the start of a story or explanation. So last Friday I went to see the new Star Wars movie and I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it.
It's so relatable, just it's a big heroic moment.
Just. The word just has various meanings. The word just has various meanings, and in the video the director uses it frequently as an adverb. It comes before a verb. It doesn't change the significance of what he's saying, but it has a similar meaning to simply. You just want to feel that this is David versus Goliath. You can just see everything's wobbling on these things. It just feels like our brave heroes going to battle. Wobbling. Complete the sentence with a word that adds emphasis. I just love going to the cinema. It's the best way to experience an action film.
Because, you know, in a PG-13...
Because, you know, in a PG-13 Star Wars movie, you can really show the violence of the battle. Which two words are used as filler, like or you know.
They're in basically rolling lawnmowers.
We use basically to indicate that we are summarizing the most important aspects of something. Yes.
Basically, I've been locked out of my house.
Basically, I've been locked out of my house and I need some help. Here's a tip. On the next screen we will hear all these expressions in another informal conversation.
Hey, how was your date last night? You didn't text me this morning.
Oh, yes. So the movie was great. I would really recommend. But basically, I don't think we'll be going on another one.
Oh no, how come?
I just didn't feel we had much to talk about, really.
Well, you did decide to go to the cinema.
Yeah, but it was, you know, awkward at times. I felt so uncomfortable.
Hey, how was your date last night? You didn't text me this morning.
Oh, yes. So the movie was great. I would really recommend. But basically, I don't think we'll be going on another one.
Oh no, how come?
I just didn't feel we had much to talk about, really.
Well, you did decide to go to the cinema.
So basically just, you know.
You can just see everything is wobbling on these things.
Everything is wobbling.
You can just see everything is wobbling on these things.
What the? Everything is wobbling. Oh, wobbling is with double B. My God. Let's try once again. Everything is wobbling. You are a hero. You have already learned a lot of new languages this lesson. To finish this lesson, we're going to give our thoughts on heroes.
Even having the open canopy, so our heroes feel very exposed, and you just want it to feel like this is David versus Goliath, even them falling apart when the fighters come and you see, once again, our heroes don't have a chance. It's like hawks versus mice.
Hawks versus mice.
When the fighters come and you see, once again, our heroes don't have a chance. It's like hawks versus mice.
A metaphor is an image that is representative of something else. The hawks versus mice represent the fighters against our heroes. Yes. Hawks versus mice. The director uses the metaphors of David and Goliath and hogs and mice to emphasize the big challenge the Star Wars heroes are facing in the battle. David and Goliath is a story from the Bible about a fight between a man and a giant, and like the image of mice fighting hogs, it represents an uneven fight. In films and stories, heroes are often represented as the underdog, someone who is likely to win a fight or competition. This means that they feel more relatable to us and that their success is more impressive.
And I love this moment with Kelly. It's so relatable, just it's a big heroic moment, but you see she's scared, and then you see that she takes some strength and goes into battle.
Kelly is relatable to us because she chose her fear, a human emotion. She chose her fear, a human emotion. Select the statement that best describes the heroes in this battle scene. Disadvantage in battle, emotion, or relatable.
Basically, my favorite heroes in movies or books are those that I can, identify with. They have to have human issues, otherwise...
Basically, my favorite heroes in movies or books are those that I can, identify with. They have to have human issues, otherwise I can connect with them.
When you think of a hero, it's usually just the image of a strong warrior in battle that comes to mind. But actually, the most heroic characters are emotionally vulnerable in some way.
When you think of a hero, it's usually just the image of a strong warrior in battle that comes to mind. But actually, the most heroic characters are emotionally vulnerable in some way. It's your turn. On the next screen, you'll be asked to share your opinion about heroes with the Busuu community. You can do it. Tell us who's your favorite hero from a movie or book is. Why do you like them? So basically, my favorite hero is Batman. I like the way he portrays himself, also his sense of justice. I like how he spent all his day and night training in order to overcome the criminals that are always overseen at Gotham City. I like how his character is always overdeveloping himself. Finally, the checkpoint. Let's put our skills to the test.
It is estimated that fruit farmers had lost around $160 million.
It was said that James had been fired.
It is estimated that there will be a 50% drop in sales.
When you think of a hero, it's usually just the image of a strong warrior in battle that comes to mind. But actually, the most heroic characters are emotionally vulnerable in some way.
This is an example of creating writing that is personal and uses the scripted adjectives.
What are you going to be focusing on now?
I'm going to take some time off from reality shows and TV appearances. I'll continue working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the...
She said she was going to take some time off and she will continue working on her beauty products.
I'll continue working on my beauty products, but you might not hear much from me over the next months.
Choose the verbs that don't change in indirect speech. Might, should.
I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late. I decided to speak out. I think we'd better bring visibility to the issue before it's too late.
Basically, I've been locked out of my house, and I need...
Fill the sentence with the word that signals the start of a story or explanation.
They're in basically rolling lawnmowers.
The offense would normally carry a 3-year sentence. Miss Trin could spend a decade behind bars.
The cameras show Arthur had been asleep while driving, police reported.
Alright guys, I think we have finished this lesson. I'll see you maybe later on the day, and have a nice rest of the day. Thank you for joining us.